Alright, hi YouTube. This is Lisa again. We're going to be working on a pair of lined trousers for my client. We're going in a menswear direction. Vests with uh, watch pockets, um, jackets. Hold on, I guess. Sneeze. It's such a nice day today that I actually turned on the air conditioner and now I've got a bunch of dust in the air. Anyway, this is the fabric we're going to be using. I think it's actually supposed to be an upholstery or a drapery fabric because it is rather thick, thicker than a fashion fabric. But this is what it looks like, and if we have enough left over, we're going to either make a vest or a jacket. I'm not quite sure how much I have left over to do. Might have enough to do a jacket, but here's what we're working with now. What I did, I do not have I did not do the trouser pattern in Pattern Master Boutique. We are using a commercial tissue pattern, but I did have to make some alterations to it because it was like 3 sizes too small. So I wanted to show you what alterations I did on the tissue pattern by going in and showing you through Pattern Editor. Basically what we had was a 2 pleat front and a 1 dart back. Now what I had to do, let's say I had to add, I think I had to add about 2.5 inches in through here, plus another 3/4 of an inch in through here. So what I did, let's ungroup this and go in here. I want to locate the midpoint of this line. So LM, locate midpoint. Let's zoom previous. And I want to create a line. Let's get in just a little bit closer. I want to do a line from this midpoint all the way down. So I hold my control key and go all the way down to make it perfectly straight. Now let's zoom back in to here and align it. See, it's way off. And while we're aligning it, now remember I drew this line on the tissue pattern, but I'm showing you where I drew the line on Pattern Editor. So we need to intersect here to the waistline, and we need to break this waistline apart right here. This 0.819, let's write that in. A little bit over 3/4 of an inch. That really should be a little bit smaller, but we'll work with it. 0.816, about the same. Okay. Let's zoom in down here, because this line I drew, that's where you're going to cut the tissue pattern. So let's intersect it here to here, and let's break this bottom apart at that point. Now what you're going to do, let's do some measuring up here. I want to know how far it is apart from this point to this point. So let's draw a line. And let's draw another line from this point to this point. Let's do the same here. And down here. This line here is 2.194. This line here is about the same. These should be about the same too. Now this is your pleat block right here. Up here is where you have to cut in order to get a solid, flat waistline, because this will fold to one side and then that'll blend into the waistline perfect right there. So you do need this right here. I am going to select these and group them together just so I won't miss any of them when I make my selections. Let's group that together, and let's group this together. I probably should get this line in there too. I'll check that other one. Make sure it's, no, let's ungroup and then get this in there. This is our pleat. Group that together. Okay. I want a line from here to here, 1.646. So half of that will be 0.82, a little bit over 3/4 of an inch. Here's what we have to do. After I did all my measuring, I knew I had to add about 2 inches. I had to split this open and give 2 inches more in the width through here. So what I had to do, let's go and zoom out some more, go up. I had to select everything here. I want to make sure of what I'm selecting in here. Okay. I need to slash and spread that. Here's what I need to do. We need to slash and spread. Click on the slash line. And then we select our lines. All right, Lisa, that's so much easier, isn't it? Let's take that out. And we want this 2 inches that way. Here's where I had to make here's where the other side was cut. So we have right now this line, and this line is where we cut along the center between these 2 pleats. There is 0.816 and 0.819 distance between that. Let's put a line between here and here and then get a midpoint, okay? So we're going to put a line between here and here, and then we're going to locate its midpoint. This right here, let me zoom window so we can get it. This right here and this were the 2 lines that indicated where this one has to go up to here. This one has to go up to here. Now, here was the distance from the middle to this side of the pleat. Here is the distance from the middle to this side of the pleat. So what we have to do now is to move our pleat over. We have to move our pleat over to there. and move this pleat over. See, that's why I grouped it together. And move this pleat over and try to get it straight to here. Then you want to see if you can intersect here to here, and then here to here. And then you'd smooth all that out. But that's what I did on the tissue pattern. I had to add 2 inches right down the middle, because there was no way to block it. It wouldn't have really worked that well to block in 1 inch over here, block in another 1 3/4 over here. It was just easier for me to go ahead and just cut the pattern down the center and readjust it. I did the same thing here, only what I did, let's zoom selected right here, I used the center of this dart leg, or the center of this dart, to draw my line down to the cuff in order to know where to split between here. You know that's going to be right on the grain line. You could have used the grain line, but that would have worked too, but I just chose not to. Always remember to measure your distance, or if when you're working on a tissue pattern, take lots of notes. There's nothing wrong with you writing your distances right on your pattern. I always mark the heck out of my patterns. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. Just basically a pair of pleated trousers, 1 dart in the back, a waistband. I've got some waistband interfacing that I bought from sewbiz.com, and I'll put their link down at the bottom. Now this is not the pockets and the bag shape that I'm going to be doing. The one that I have, we have the arc. It's rounded down here like that, and then this is kind of rounded too, so it's not the square ones. Anyway, the next video is going to be actually the prep work, which is cutting our notches and getting our tailor tack in for the pleats and the darts, and getting all the prep work. I also want to show you how, because this pattern was not a lined pant pattern and we are going to line the pants, I wanted to show you how I altered or adjusted the pattern to create the lining. And we'll show that in an upcoming in the next video, or right before I start stitching the lining. It all depends. Thanks for viewing the video. Y'all have a great day and stay tuned for the next one.